Hey guys, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in, coming back and watching. I appreciate it. I do hope you're doing well, staying safe, taking care of yourselves, all those kind of things. And if you're new here, I'm Jim. It is great to meet you. Thanks for stopping by. I make tutorial videos here every week showing you how I edit my photos using various software products. Today I'm in Luminar AI again. I've been trying to make a few videos here to kind of show you, give you an idea, some of the workflow, some of the things you can do. Some things are new, and there are some things from Luminar 4 that are in Luminar AI as well. So if you already have Luminar 4, and are waiting on Luminar AI, your knowledge transfer is going to be helpful, I guess. I think I said that in a previous video, but anyway, I thought since I just did a portrait video, I thought next I would do a landscape video. So here's a landscape photo that I have in my catalog. This is a long exposure from Canada. And once again, one of the things I find myself doing a lot in Luminar AI is going to the templates tab. This is the kind of the suggested workflow: catalog to find your image, templates to get suggestions on how to edit if you want to customize, which I do, and export. When you're done, take it out of there and go share it somewhere, social media or whatever. So here I am, got my photo, nice long exposure. By the way, if you click in the bottom right corner, you can see that you have information about your file here. There we go, ISO 100, 18 millimeters, 200 seconds, things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that, and I'm gonna click on templates. And you can see that it comes up with the recommendations. It knows it's a landscape and it says, hey, easy landscapes. Also, here's a landscape category here where you can go into different things and you can get to easy landscapes there, or you can get to it here at the very bottom where you see landscape. But I'm gonna go back to this easy landscapes, and the one that I like here is called snowfall. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that, and it applies to my photo, of course, automatically. Quick and easy, not a major difference, honestly. It's kind of a starting point, but there it is before and there it is after. It's got a little bit more crunch to it, like in structure and that sort of thing, like in the mountains, and I just think it looks a little bit better. So there it is again, before and after. So of course this is where I want to go customize it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on edit, and you can see here are the various tools. The ones that are highlighted have been used on this, or I should say in this template. And there are no other tabs that have been used here. So all the tools here on this first tab, that's the only tab that's been engaged, if you will, with this template. So there's a few things I want to do here. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to get a little bit more contrast in the photo. So I'm going to go to Smart Contrast. I'm going to pull that up a little bit. I'm going to pull the highlights down. I really want to recover some of that stuff in the sky so you can really see those streaks. And there you go. That's a negative 100 on the highlights, but I think it looks really cool. I'll maybe lift the shadows a little bit. Maybe give it a little bit more accent AI here in the Enhance AI tab, and I'm making an impact on the photo. But now looking at it, one of the things that, while there is some fair amount of color in it, one of the things that really strikes me is that this might look cool in monochrome. So I'm going to go to black and white and go ahead and make that conversion. So you click on the tool, open it up, and just click on Convert to Black and White, same as before, and there you go. I've got a black and white photo now. I really like that. Now, if I turn this off, if you look at it, there's a fair amount of blue and some green as well. So when I turn that back on, I'm going to go play with the luminance of the blue and the green. I'm going to pull them down and make it a little bit more contrasty, a little bit more dramatic. You can see, especially with the blue, it's impacting the sky and the water as I adjust that luminance. So I'm going to pull that down. I don't want to go all the way. It's a little too dark. And of course, I see some spots in the sky, but no surprise there. But I've created a little bit more dramatic image, which I like. And my personal opinion is, with a monochrome image, you can go a bit more dramatic than you would go in color and sort of get away with it. When it's really over the top and dramatic and colorful, especially if it's fairly saturated, people are like, oh, Photoshop, or that's fake or whatever. But I think with black and white, you can kind of push it a little bit more. And I personally like to do that, in my opinion. But there we go. I'm going to go add a little bit more structure as well, and maybe a tiny bit of boost, just to amp it up a little bit. And I'm really liking that, but I still want a little bit more light in some of those shadows. So once again, I'm going to go back to Accent AI, give that a little bit more of a lift, and go back to light and give shadows a little bit more of a lift as well. There you go, getting a little bit more visibility across the entire frame. Now, I think what I'd like to do is go have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to go to Creative, and I'm going to use Atmosphere AI, which is one of the new AI tools. It's pretty cool. I know for a fact that it is getting adjusted and has probably changed since I got this version. So keep in mind, this is a beta, so I just wanted to be clear that things may change. So you've got fog and that sort of thing, but there's an option called layered fog, at least there is in this beta. And layered fog is a little bit more subtle and a little bit more focused on like the center of the photo in this case. So I'm going to increase the depth, and you can kind of see that coming across as I move this back and forth. If you look at the water reflection, you can kind of see how that's coming across there. And I kind of like how it is applying with this layered fog across the water. I can increase the amount if I want to, or decrease, and I also can change the lightness of it. But if it's a very subtle implementation, but if you look at it, there it is, current state. Let me turn this off. So there it is before. You're getting more of the true look of the photo, and then after, it's very subtle, and it's really just in the water, but I thought that was a kind of an interesting and fun little effect to add to give it a little bit of pop. And now I'm going to pop, speaking of pop, I'm going to pop over here to Mystical. I do love Mystical. It's still here. I've had some people ask about it. It gives a nice little bit of mood and moodiness to the photo, which I like quite a bit. So I'm pretty happy there. And now I'm going to go up to color tone, or toning, I should say. Previously known as split toning, and previously on the Professional tab or Pro tab, it's now on the Creative tab. And one of the things I like to do with my monochromes, you may have seen in previous videos, is kind of go a little bit in the silvery blue with the shadows and the highlights. So you got to move the saturation slider to turn on the hue, but then you can pull the hue over and create a little bit of a silvery blue kind of look. And then you can just adjust the saturation levels accordingly to get that kind of silver look. And there it is. There's a silvery looking kind of version, I guess, of the photo. Let me turn it off so you can see it. There it is as a traditional monochrome. Still looks great, I think. I just love the photo. I'm a little bit biased, of course. And then when I turn that back on, you can see it's a little bit more silvery blue, not over the top, pretty subtle, in fact. But I just wanted to walk through that. That's kind of a quick example workflow of how you can use some of the tools along with the templates on landscapes in Luminar AI. Again, I just have to repeat this. We're in beta, so things may change. The tools may move. Things may be renamed. Things may not be in the final version. I don't know. I obviously don't have the final version. I have this version. So I just want to be clear. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you can expect. I think generally it's going to look like this, but definitely some things are going to change. So just some ideas, maybe something to keep you entertained while we're waiting on the final version to get done. And I just wanted to share that with you, my friends. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll be back more. No, I won't. I'll be back soon with more. And if there's something specific you want me to try to demonstrate, and if I can, I'll happily do that for you. Just let me know in the comments. See you soon, my friends. Hope you guys are doing well. Staying safe, all that stuff. And I'll see you later. Adios.